This spring is full of surprises, especially knowing that there are so many stunning coffee table books being released around this time. It was one of the usual afternoon when I was heading to a bookstore to kill time after my lunch, flipping the latest architectural digest to see which interior designers are listed in this year's AD 100, and then the feature of the talented rising star Irish interior designer, Mr. Bryan O'Sullivan, simply caught my eyes out of the blue. Not just because of his renowned hospitality and residential interior projects that is intriguing, but it's his first new coffee table book titled Bryan O'Sullivan, a new glamour that literally interested me the most. This new beautiful book that gathered most of the stylish and luxurious interior work by Bryan, which coincides the designer's studio marking its 10 years of establishment, and today, we are going to have a sneak peek of it. Published by Rizzoli, written by the designer himself and Mr. Samuel Cochran, Global Features Director of Architectural Digest, with foreword by Ms. Annabelle Seldorf, this is the first book that showcased the most iconic interior work by Bryan, and having an opportunity to see his old-school Hollywood glamour meets contemporary, pared-back luxe-style interior design, through his artistic vision to realize them into reality, making each project a stylish, luxurious, and chic that are unique on its own. With the influence from his grandfather, who is a self-taught architect and designer, the young Bryan enjoys spending time in his studio and doing sketches alongside with him, showing his talent and interest in the art and interior design. Later, after studied in both University of Greenwich and University of Westminster, Bryan discovered his passion and love in interior design, and decided to dive into work straight away with some of the most esteemed architects and interior designers, including Seldorf Architects in New York City, and then later, at David Collins' studio, where Bryan learnt so much from this talented and tasteful designer mentor, and was dazzled by David's work and aesthetic. Coincidentally, I also have a copy of David Collins' studio's coffee table book. Fast forward to the establishment of Bryan's very own studio in 2013, his interior design work has drawn some of the most prestigious hospitality group and even elite private clients. While excelled in both commercial and residential projects, the ones that really fascinates me are the hospitality projects that Bryan did, particularly the Berkeley Bar Terrace London, Claridge's Restaurant London, and the Painter's Room, also at Claridge's London. Each has their distinctive beauty and witty elegance of our time, whilst reflecting the historic glamour of the establishment from the past. To me, Bryan's design aesthetic is rather multifaceted, and using a very modern, innovative and intelligent method to execute his vision, with a blend of different artistic elements from multiple epochs, from the Art Deco of the 20s with its glamorous and luxe of polished woodwork and metallic detail, to the mid-century modernism of the 50s, with a bit of artistic influence from surrealism which implementing unusual, curvy shapes of decorative object and furniture into the space, however, in a more toned-down manner, and upholstered them with luxurious, soothing and muted color fabrics. Also, of course, the tasteful curator's eyes mixing rare and exceptional vintage and art pieces in the interior. It seems the designer is pretty fond of Gio Ponti's design, which makes Bryan's work truly one of the kind, stylish and modern. Besides, one of the most unique and noteworthy thing about Bryan's interior work is his thoughtful use of the bespoke elements, whether it's wall partition, wall lighting or furniture. One of the notable examples is the bespoke banquettes, chairs and wall lights in the Painter's Room project at Claridge's London, just like any of those luxurious bespoke suit that only caters to one specific person, tailor-made for his body with his specially selected fabric option. Such elements did change the perception of the interior understatedly, making it more luxurious and exceptional as one of the showstopper for people being in such space, to marvel and appreciate the distinctive beauty of these thoughtfully designed furniture and objects. While indulging themselves in these stylish, sumptuous and comfortable atmosphere, to reminiscent the bygone beauty and glamour of the past, through Bryan's vision and technique, bring them to our time now, with a more contemporary approach along with his impeccable taste, some artistic touch and historic references. If it happens that some of the exceptionally designed furniture that caught your eyes in some of these interior projects, such as the Carlo stool which designed for the Mayborn Riviera, and the Cosmo lamp, which named after the designer's son and it's made of solid silver and ruby cabochons, they might come from the designer's studio collection, which debuted in summer 2023, in his new gallery located at 49 Brook Street in Mayfair, London. It's part of Claridge's Hotel 2. Through the final chapter of this new book, Bryan takes us on a brief tour through his modern and unique collection from furniture to lighting, also giving one a glimpse of the interior of his tastefully decorated gallery. To immerse oneself into the artistic world of Bryan O'Sullivan even without being able to be there physically yet, after all, to embrace the beginning of the new summer season, it's nothing better than having some refreshing inspiration from the world of interior, to reawaken your inner sense of style, with this sumptuous copy of Coffee Table Book.